Yo. The crowd feels restless, the hope is weak, vibes are heavy, the season's cooked already like Vivek spaghetti, fans stressed, but the crooks are calm and ready, stay patient while the trade calls are steady. The Monty tried to make the Chicago Bulls in our sack town, but the product won't come out, we're choking how, this timeline is roasting now, with 30 games, we lost 23 of them, wow, snap back to reality, oh, there goes gravity, oh, there goes Keegan, limping so tragically, Doug, so easily, both give up that as he know his whole back to these roads. It don't matter. Scott tweets motivational quotes. He won title. He knows when he goes back to his office space. That's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This whole hoops up. He better go capture this moment and hope it don't pass him. Lose yourself in the roster the moment you want it. You better really let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
RT? Or should I say Marshall Mathers Clark?
What up?
Are you kidding me?
Hey.
I didn't know you had that in your bag.
Hey, I've got a lot of things in my bag. Like the fries are at the bottom. Shout out Mark Jones.
Shout out Mark Jones. But you know who was not in their bag tonight? Everyone except DeMar DeRozan. Let's be Hey, Debo went crazy, and that's why we called him the Fossil. He was shining bright tonight. Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. This is episode number 91.
Whoa.
Yeah.
91?
Well, actually, we're probably closer to 100 than we think because we haven't been counting like our interviews that we do. But podcast wise, game recaps, this is number 91, which is actually insane. We are recording this at 1:30 a.m. on Christmas Eve, the day that you're watching this, 5 hours beforehand that it's being uploaded, because we were cooking.
Oh, man.
We were cooking. That's why. We were cooking.
Oh, my gosh. And then the last video went crazy, too. So we were like, Christian and I were like, we got to make something that is going to top that. And I think we did, honestly. We cooked something really, really nice.
I don't know if we're going to top it in views-wise, but we topped it in
production,
creativity.
Yeah. And I think that's what I care about.
And that's what you did.
No, we did that together. It's a team effort, Christo.
But TZ,
let's not forget that.
You got to give yourself some props, man, because you were chopping. It looked like you were at 8 Mile.
I was. You know what? I was watching a little bit of 8 Mile before this game because I knew we were playing the Pistons, and Eminem is from Detroit. 8 Mile's from Detroit.
Come on.
You know, I had to just get in my Eminem bag a little bit. You know, why not? Why not? And the editing, Christo, my man.
Come on.
My man.
How to make it look like a music video. So watch that, obviously, Instagram, TikTok, all that, YouTube Shorts. But we're here late in the wee hours of the morning to talk about how the Sacramento Kings did what we assumed would happen. They lost to the best team in the East. Okay, big whoop. It really, I mean, they kept it kind of interesting at the end. I was excited. The fourth quarter, they cut it. I was just waiting for them to finally cut it to within single digits, and they finally did. It was a slow burn. This game was like, from start to finish, that first quarter felt like it took forever. We almost gave up 40 points in that first quarter. But I will say this. The Golden One Center was very loud. It almost looked like a sellout, which was actually pretty crazy because for the last place team in the Western Conference, it's insane how many people are showing up. And even when we were down majority of the game, it was still loud in there. There were still some Piston fans in there. Shouts out to them because they actually have some stuff to root for. So
they do.
I'm proud of Detroit, but I was a little nervous going into this game because I had a little PTSD of last time I saw the Detroit.
Oh God, man.
Yep.
Just imploded everything, and just a 4-point play changed the entire trajectory of this team. Unbelievable.
The reason why we are how we are right now is because of that game that happened almost a year ago to this day. So
damn near.
So I felt a little weird going into it, but I made up for it. I put my Sacramento Kings Christmas onesie on. Maya put on the Sacramento Christmas robe, and we gave back to the Kings community because I was so inspired by that Houston Rockets win, and I was seeing those fans going crazy at the arena. It was so loud in there. They replicated that again for the Pistons game, and I wanted to give back. And since our video did so well, that just shows that people know that the Sacramento Kings have the greatest fan base, so I wanted to give back to them, and that video will be posted on Christmas Day.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's gonna be good. Everyone was so thankful, and it was awesome to see.
I might cry tears on that Christmas Day just because the fans deserve it. The fans deserve the special treatment that they get. This is the best fandom in all of the NBA, damn near in all sports. And we as Kings fans want to push it back to the community. And this is something I'm super proud of you, Christo.
I had to.
And I think that this is going to be
it's a season of giving.
A banger. It's a banger. It's Christmas. I'm going to be getting...
Dude, it was so crazy. I found this one guy that... because I had like a 2X Malik Monk jersey, and then Maya spotted him out because we were looking for a guy that was tall enough to fit the jersey. And then I go up to him and I was like, "Hey, who's your favorite Kings player?" And then the one jersey I had in the gift bag was the Malik Monk jersey. So I was just hoping. I was hoping like he'd like Malik, and he's like, "You already know Malik Monk," and I was like, and I was literally, you'll see in the video. I'm like, "There's no way." I'm like, "Open it up." Lo and behold, Malik Monk jersey. That's just one of the many, the many moments that, and then I had to give back to the people, my favorite workers inside the arena, because there's a lot. So I gave some stuff to them. So it was very fun leading up to the game. So, and we got on the Jumbotron. So that's a win in itself.
Yeah, what a win! What a day for you. You know, obviously,
I had it for sure. But the Kings didn't. They fall to the Pistons, and a huge shout out to DeMar DeRozan, because if we didn't have him, we would have got blown out by 40.
Oh yeah, no question.
It was a weird, slow game for everyone besides him. The reason why he had so many points is because the offense was like only through him. Maxime Reynaud didn't get going at all until later in the game. Like, he barely even touched the ball in the first 6 minutes. There's other things that I was a little critical about. In that first quarter, I was just like, we need to like have better movement out here. It seemed like everyone was faulting to getting the ball. Hey, nice. Is that a DeRozan?
Yeah, it is DeRozan.
Nice.
For the camera so everybody can see, but
yeah, let's go.
Here we go. Let's go, DeMar.
Yeah, so basically, I just felt like
yeah.
everyone was just, just passing to DeMar, let him do his thing. And like we were following like fault of that the entire first quarter. No one really got it going, and then the lead just kind of started from there, and then we were just playing catch up. It got to 24 at one point, but the Kings do their thing. They find a way to kind of make things interesting, and then not always, obviously.
No.
Recently they have, and I had faith the entire way. I was like, let's just have a good game at the end. Let's just have a good game, and they kind of did that.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
I'll give it up for that.
Yeah, you got to give it up. I think the biggest thing that Detroit. I haven't really watched a lot of Detroit this year through League Pass or through national TV games because I don't think they get covered enough really well. They're the best team in the East for a reason because they're so physical on the glass. They dominated us in the rebounding tonight. It absolutely did. It was just offensive rebound after offensive rebound. Just dominates. Jalen Duren, I think, is an all-star. Cade Cunningham, I believe, is an all-NBA member. I probably would put him in my first team all-NBA.
He's on track.
He's on track. He's second in the NBA in assists behind Jokic. So,
it's funny that Jokic is.
Yeah, and Jokic is number one. So, but I mean, the fact that Cade is leading this team to a 1 seed right now, and they're 24-6,
very comfortably too.
Very comfortably, yeah. And it's like a 2-3 game stretch over New York. So yeah, I mean the Detroit Pistons are a big threat in the East, and they're putting things together. Tobias Harris looks great. Jaden Ivey.
We gotta stop there.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris looked so good tonight. Lethal from deep. I was like the whole Pistons were just killing us from the arc tonight. And I was
Isaiah Stewart.
Dude, I didn't know he had.
I didn't know he had that in his bag. He just pulled it out against us. He saw Andre Drummond clips.
Speaking of the beef stew, he elbowed our boy Cardwell.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
be doing like that.
Yeah, man. And then Cardwell gets called for a tech.
Dude.
I
think we got to pause right here and say, Mark Davis. I swear to God, we did this rant an episode ago, but I think his burner account was revealed. I think he left that comment. I think when he came into Sacramento tonight, he was like, I am going to make it hell for them. And that's what they did. He called some, obviously
there were some bad calls.
That is not even close to the reason why we lost. But there were still moments where I'm like, Mark, what? Like, don't take that video we made personal. We just called you the Grinch. There's nothing wrong with that. It was obviously it was a joke, but Doug Christie was heated with him throughout the whole game. I'm surprised he didn't get thrown out. And then Asar Thompson went at it at the refs, and then luckily their coach stepped in. But it was obviously both ways. But there's a lot of moments tonight where I'm like, man, our team, maybe we shouldn't have made that video. Because he saw it. He definitely saw it.
He had a personal vendetta against us by taking it out on our team. So,
and other people were posting that on Twitter today. So it wasn't just us seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people saying, like, Mark Davis is, like, what is it with him in Sacramento? But I hope it wasn't our video.
I don't think it was.
I hope he watched that and laughed.
Don't
take it out on the whole. Don't take it out on the city. Take it out on us.
Yeah, just give it to like two guys that just like care about this Kings team. Like, just talk to us. Don't go after our players. Don't go after our coach.
Thank you,
dude. If you have a personal problem with Kings fans, like, come to our address and we'll like have a sit down fireside conversation.
We could talk.
We could talk about like what you do as a ref and just be like, hey, why do you make these calls? I have a lot of appreciation
for referees because
I
was a ref.
You were one, and you two could talk like
we could talk shop.
Yeah, you know what?
Open seat right here for you, Mark. But just don't take it out on us.
No, please don't.
But obviously, that was not the reason why we lost. There's 100 reasons why we lost that game. But
Good
that
Lord.
was just something I noticed in the fan base tonight inside the Golden One Center was not having it with Mr. Mark. But anyways,
God.
Yeah, Detroit's nice. And Detroit, the reason why they've only lost 6 games is because they defend at an insane level. They play fast. They're big. They could hit threes. Cade Cunningham is definitely that guy. Jaden Ivey's coming into his own, but Keegan Murray was still the better pick. There's a lot of guys over there. Asar Thompson plays insane defense. He's so athletic. Tobias Harris, I mean, I don't know how he played like he did tonight, but he did. There's so many great players on that Detroit team, so I will definitely continue to keep my eyes on them like I did last season. Last season, they had the Beam Team season year, and they've progressed from that. So I'm a little jealous that we weren't able to take it to that level. So, but yeah, shouts out to Detroit because they're just an all around great team and they're coached well and they play a fun brand of basketball. And the way that they have that homegrown star in Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, they have a lot of homegrown players that really contribute. And then shouts out freaking that Duncan Robinson signing.
Yeah,
first,
dude.
I didn't know. Like, I was like, okay, Duncan Robinson's still good, but Miami was like, stop playing, utilizing him the way that they should have. But now he goes to Detroit and he's just, dude.
He's insane.
That guy's such a good
He's
shooter.
insane, yeah. I mean, also, I want to give a shout out to Dennis Jenkins, former UOP alum.
Oh,
yeah, UOP alum,
209.
Yeah, Stockton 209 alum. So
he didn't play tonight though.
No, he didn't play tonight, but he was a big factor in those early games when Jaden Ivey was out.
Oh yeah,
everybody was thinking, oh man, this Janus Jenkins guy is like really really good.
Oh yeah, he was a fantasy pickup for me.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, and then you drop him after a couple DMPs, but yeah, Jalen Duren 23 points, 13 rebounds. Really great game from him. 2 blocks. Again, Cade Cunningham. 23 points, 14 assists, 7 rebounds. He did have 9 turnovers though, so which is kind of crazy. He had some rough turnovers. Yeah, there were some that were kind of
9.
Yeah, but he had 5 steals. Yeah, he had 5 steals. Yeah, he had 5 steals. A lot of them.
He almost got a quadruple double tonight.
Yeah, damn near. But yeah, I mean, Javonte Green, Karis LeVert, those are veterans that have been around the league for a while.
Karis LeVert was also a great sign.
Yeah, and then Paul Reed's there too. Marcus Sasser. There's just a lot of talent.
They're deep in there.
They're so good.
They're one move away from being like an actual contender in the East. I think, man, if Lauri Markkanen finds his way to Detroit.
Oh gosh.
God. But they could be a trade away with a lot of different teams. I know Lauri. I think maybe even a guy on our team. I don't know. I think Detroit's definitely, they have the pieces around them to make a deep run this year. I think they could get out of the first round for sure.
I think after this year, I also wouldn't be surprised to see Devin Booker because they've been pretty tied to Devin Booker for quite some time.
Oh yeah, he only signed a 2-year extension.
Yeah, because so Devin Booker could be an interesting piece for Detroit because that backcourt of Cade Cunningham, Devin Booker, Jalen Duren, there's a lot of pieces that could work. So I'm not going to say it, but this could be a move where if they give up some future first round picks to Phoenix
have to give up a lot
and Jay Ivey, I'd probably say Jay Ivey,
Ryan
Duncan Robinson, and then like 3 or 4 first round picks just to make that happen. So could be a possibility. I don't know.
Caden Booker would be wild. Man.
That'd be crazy.
All right, let's talk about our team now. We gave enough love to Detroit.
Yeah,
they deserve it.
They do deserve it.
Very well deserving. But our guys tonight, it was like basically it was just our offense. I was just like, what are we doing? Like the whole offensive scheme tonight, it didn't really make any sense. There wasn't any movement. I don't know if it's just because Detroit was too big, clogging every single lane. We couldn't get to the paint at all tonight, and then we weren't shooting the greatest. We didn't even make 10 threes tonight, right?
No, we made 11 out of 33.
Okay, 11. Okay, still not the greatest.
Yeah, we
was basically just the DeMar DeRozan show and everyone else get out, and then it took me like until like the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'm like, where's Keegan? Because like at the game they don't they don't make an announcement. So I was like, where's Keegan? And then I later found out that he got hurt, and I was like, oh man. But that obviously was a huge reason why we couldn't get back into it. And then obviously DeRozan being your only scorer, like, and then Russell had to, step it up a lot. Russ had this one play where I was just like, I love this guy so much. He caught the ball like right in front of the Pistons bench, and he was like open for the 3, didn't take it, held it, looked around, and then he finally shot
and then the crowd was like kind of egging him on to shoot it. Yeah,
was like everyone wanted Russ to shoot it, and he took like so long. And then after he made it, he looks at the Pistons bench, and I swear, this is what I saw. It could be wrong. It looked like he went like, because the 3-point signal, right? And then boom, he went like, and he was looking at it looked like he was looking at the Pistons bench and coaches, and he went, he went like this.
Yeah.
And then boom, it looked like he threw the middle finger, then the other 2 to complete the trifecta, and then slapped the forehead. And I was like, if that's what I think he saw, that might be the greatest celebration of all time.
I think it's up there with...
Because they must have been saying something to him like...
Oh, 100%.
So then I think maybe that's why he flipped them off, and then he quickly did that after, and then did the celebration.
I think that's probably one of the best like 3-point celebrations in the decade. The only one I could probably compare it to was when Keegan Murray, when Mike Brown was the coach, they played the Lakers early in the season. They tried to pull Keegan out, but then Keegan made a 3, and then he started cussing at Mike Brown.
Oh yeah,
and so that's like the other one I think of. But yeah, Russell Westbrook had 27 points tonight, 9 for 21 from the field, 4 from 12 from 3, so he was really shooting it.
Because like there's literally no one else out there doing anything like truly effective on the offensive end, where Russ had to be extremely aggressive, because he knows, he's like, we're playing so like one-sided tonight. Like I have to get something going, and he definitely did a lot of great things for us tonight, and he's a big reason as to why we kind of came back at the end, but it was just a little bit too late. But basically him and DeRozan were the players of the game on the Kings side of things. Yeah,
and then I obviously want to point out another thing too from DeRozan. He had 8 assists tonight. And so
his passing has been,
because he had 9 assists in the game before, and then he had 8 assists tonight. A lot of them came from knee Clifford threes, even from sprays. A lot of his assists really come from sprays.
Yeah, because he just
he magnifies so much.
So like everyone's like, oh, he's getting to the midi, and then he does like that late pass really well. I mean, obviously that's how he got Dennis the ball in the previous game. But when he gets like to his spot and he knows he's not going to get it off, he throws it and he finds someone right away. But yeah, shouts out Nick Clifford. He had a much better offensive game tonight, I will say.
He got the start in the second half too. Yeah, he did. He had 14 points. 5 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3.
This is what you want.
You take it. You take it. You take it.
More aggressive Nick, but that's like what, like you just said it. Like he got the start in the second half, and that's why he had that opportunity. He just hasn't had a big enough opportunity to be like a main scorer on this team yet, and he's just kind of like picking his spots and like scoring when like he like.
When he feels like it, yeah, that's the big thing.
But like in the second half tonight, like there was no other scorers really out there besides DeRozan. So he had to be aggressive tonight. And like we saw it in the summer league, we've seen glimpses, but once that rotation starts to go in his favor, and once some of these guys are off the roster during the trade season, then I think we're going to see much high scoring outputs from Neek. But yeah, I will say something awesome that happened at the arena tonight. I finally got to see.
You saw it.
I saw the
You
Dylan
saw this.
Cardwell hype,
I
and that was special because it makes a huge difference. Like the crowd responds.
You know what's also special about Dylan Cardwell tonight? 5 for 5 from the 3-throw line. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
5 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, by the way.
You're big.
4 assists from a backup big, 2 steals, 1 block.
Yeah.
That's a stat sheet suffer. Yeah, stat sheet. Yeah, tried saying that word 5 times in a row. I can't do it. Stat sheet stuffer. There you go.
Did you say stuffer?
That's why I said stat sheet stuffer.
Just imagine when he gets even, like, obviously, like, we're utilizing him at a pretty high rate right now, but just wait. The stat sheet supper will be even crazier.
Oh my gosh.
It's coming. But yeah, I love the Dylan Cardwell minutes. It's crazy that he's like the second guy off the bench now. Doug has made it clear the direction this team is going, and at this point we just have to accept it. Not getting Malik and Keon into the game as much as they obviously should is definitely feeling a certain way with Kings fans.
Yeah.
I understand why he's going the direction, because obviously when you look at the record, it just makes sense. But man, Malik and Keon, like, they die for this city.
Yeah.
So it's like, it sucks that those two who have actually been like so vital in our team's success over the, that one season, they're getting the short end of the stick. Like, it really sucks that the roster is constructed the way that it is. But the one positive is that these young rooks are getting the run. So I think that's the only thing that you could, you have to accept it. It sucks because I love Malik. Like, dude, it got so loud again when Malik got off the bench. Like, it was crazy. And like, Malik's one of my favorite players. I have multiple Malik jerseys. I mean, obviously I love this guy
Malik,
so much,
dude.
But it's like, You learn to love these guys, and you learn to still love them if they're not on your team anymore. So
yeah, I mean, that's also kind of a good point, because Chris Haynes came out with a tweet today saying that the Malik Monk is going to be made available in advance of the trade deadline. So
yeah,
that is something that Kings fans are going to have to be kind of monitoring over the next 4 or 5 weeks. Is that, where's Malik going to go? If he's going to be still here on this roster, is he going to go somewhere else? Where would Malik Monk go? So that is something
sad, man.
Yeah, and he has such a good contract too. So, it's a very good contract.
People say it's high, but I'm like,
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's $4 million, 4 years for $64 million.
It wouldn't look as bad if we didn't have guys who are paying $40+ million.
Right.
And it wouldn't look that bad at all.
Exactly.
But Malik Monk, one of the best 6-man out in the NBA currently. Obviously, he's proven that for like 3 seasons now. It's gonna. I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
Nervous just because like he's like might even be more beloved than when Tyrese was here. Like, people love. I mean, we all do. We all love and like what he did for this team. So when we get that alert. If we get that alert, oh man,
that's gonna break my heart.
Kings fans, me underneath the Golden One Center, we could all have a group hug, because it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
But I mean, he obviously deserves to play heavy minutes. So if that's with another team, then it's what he deserves. He does not deserve to get DNPs.
No,
he does not. So
he's too talented to get DNPs.
Any other team would be able to use.
They would utilize the crap out of him. Honestly, they could put him in the starting lineup. They can put him off the bench. Whatever what he needs, he fits that role. And I think that's what Malik Monk is. He is a spark plug of a scorer. He is athletic enough to really start fast breaks, and that's something I think a team, if we do trade Malik Monk, is going to be very interested in. And so,
how could you not?
How could you not, man? Yeah.
And also, it's like I'm trying to talk myself into like accepting that, like, he's going to be on the move, but it's like, even in today's game, he comes in, instant impact again.
Yeah,
it's
like
like
9 points.
It's like instant, and so it's like, and then like you see Doug like really hyping him up. So it's like it must be a signal from upstairs because I think Doug really, I feel like Doug really likes Malik. So I don't think it's like him choosing to not play. I don't know, but like
We'll see.
But obviously we're 7-23, so it's like there's every reason for him to do this because this is where the Kings are at.
And this is the direction we're going.
It's just the direction we're going and the log jam. And I mean, I think everyone knows the issue. It's just everyone has that personal attachment, that emotional attachment to Malik Monk because he's the pizza guy. Everyone loves his game. He's flashy. I mean, we could go on and on and on about
on and on.
But yeah, man, it might happen in the next couple weeks, next month. Oh,
yeah.
I gotta start preparing now.
You have to. You kind of have to, man. But it's definitely one thing, and it's something that I think we should be monitoring very closely because a lot of players are going to be on the trade deadline. So I'm very curious.
Everyone's available except for
Keegan
for the road.
and Neek, and Max,
so
even Dylan. Those are 4 guys that.
Yeah, Dylan's here to stay.
We got to keep Dylan, man. If we trade Dylan, dude, for something, oh man, that'd be brutal. I don't think it's gonna happen because Dylan is too valuable.
No.
There's just a lot of things. But
if Scott Perry trades away any of the 3 rookies, then we will have a very
different future.
Different taste of how we feel about how Scott Perry's been operating as the GM.
It just feels like it would be Thomas Robinson all over again because we traded Thomas Robinson in the middle of his rookie year. Obviously Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, and Dylan Cardwell are all better players than Thomas Robinson was for our team. But if that happens, good Lord,
no,
it's not going to happen. I'm not putting that out in the universe. But
yeah, but I think, obviously moves are going to be made. It's going to heat up quick. But I think Kings fans just have to start preparing for the worst. Prepare for the worst because your favorite player might get moved, and then your least favorite players might be here. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
But as long as our rookies are here and Keegan stays, and hopefully Keon, hopefully Monk, obviously we'll see. Obviously, it's going to be time will tell. But these guys deserve to play. Is all I'm saying. And if you're not going to play them, then
no,
you got to give them what they deserve.
Gotta let them go.
But Scott's got a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
It's
coming up very quick.
We played 30 games already.
Yeah,
we've only won 7.
God, Lord,
23 times we've lost by a
sheesh,
good chunk.
Man. Yeah, and you look at the rest of the NBA. It's just like we're tied right now. We're in 3rd place for sole possession of third for the third worst odds in the lottery.
Wait, can you read the tweet so people understand what the tank?
Yeah, so this was a big thing that kind of was big. So
this is good for the Kings.
Yeah,
listen up.
I think this is kind of a good one for the Kings because it also creates a lot more parity for the draft in general. So the NBA, Shams came out with a tweet today where they were brainstorming ideas on how to prevent tanking. And this was one of them. I think this is kind of a really smart option. So the ideas were listed as followed during the meeting. Limiting pick protections to either top 4 or 14 and higher. So that's one option. No longer allowing a team to draft in the top 4 2 years in a row. And locking lottery positions after March 1st. So the last 2...
the March 1st one's crazy.
The first one is crazy because if you kind of stink in March 1st and then you go on a crazy 15-game winning streak, make the play-in but still lose, and then you still have that chance, that kind of changes a lot of thing because now it's kind of now there's...
That's like the Dallas Mavericks last year.
Yeah, the Dallas Mavericks were like that last year.
Us, but yeah, that's basically... I really like that one because there's so many teams that just kind of blow it at the end because they're you saw it with Portland when they started resting Dame the last 15 games of the season. So I think the March could be really interesting. And then the one thing though, the back-to-back top 4,
I think it prevents a situation like Cleveland was back in the 2010s, because Cleveland had 3 number 1 picks, and then from 2011, and then in 2012 they had like the 4th or 4th pick, one of the two, and then they got the number 1 pick back-to-back years in 2013 and 2014. So they're trying to prevent.
I completely forgot about.
They're trying to prevent like what's the Cleveland Cavaliers were in the 2010s.
Yeah, I think
like
I was
that
looking at it as a Kings perspective. I'm like, okay, if we got like the 4th,
then we won't get
then you want to get top 4 next year.
No.
Which, I mean,
it creates parity.
It just makes it more fair, I guess, for every single team. But then if you look at like teams like Washington and Utah and
Charlotte would be the one that would be most affected.
Those teams are like live or die by the top 4. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So,
but in the case if like they stink and then they stink again, then they're out of the top 4, and that leaves someone else open. So
yeah, so there is
kind of that really double-edged sword. Yeah. So I do think that second
it puts
one
more pressure on the team to be like, okay, you have to make moves to better your team, because you don't want to just continuously being bad year after year after year. It's like, okay, you got the top 4 pick. All right, this is the year where you start, making moves, and then that following year, don't regress.
No,
you know what I mean. So it's like, I think I'm liking what they're trying to do.
I do too. I think this could be a very good move for the NBA to make something that's going to be more justifiable and kind of like get rid of the NBA draft lottery rid conspiracies a little bit.
Yeah, I think
because they've been kind of a lot of the fans are kind of starting to turn their hamster wheels on, and
everyone after last season.
After last season, the hamster wheels were really turning.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So I like the direction the NBA is going.
Yeah. Speaking of Dallas, we play them Saturday.
Yes, we do. And we want to introduce a new segment called
King's Ransom.
Where we are going to pick the over or under on player lines going into the game. So, RT, what are you setting the line of DeMar DeRozan and Keegan Murray if he plays against Dallas?
Well, I think DeMar DeRozan's line should be at 24 and a half.
And what are you saying?
I will lean on the over side of it again.
I have to lean on the over.
Yeah.
DeMar has been carrying. So DeMar over.
Yeah, and I think on the other side, Cooper Flag has just been incredible.
He's going to be a tough match.
He had 33 points tonight. He had almost a 30-point triple-double against the Denver Nuggets, and they won against them.
Is he 19 yet?
He's 19 now.
Okay, he finally turned 19. Dude, everything that he did at age 18 is unreal. I'm trying to think, like, when I was 18, there's no possible way. There is not a chance. A lot of the guys in the NBA now, like at 18, they are not that polished of an NBA player. He's going to be freaking scary, man. He has when he's in his prime, he has like 7 years.
7 years to go before his prime.
Warm up. He's 7 years to like master his craft before entering the prime. Are you kidding me?
So scary.
Dude. Yeah, I think, what are you setting Cooper's line at?
I mean, his line was kind of at 20 and a half because Anthony Davis is back. I bumped that up to 22 and a half, and I wouldn't be surprised. I do think, though, the Kings could do a really good job of limiting the wings. They kind of have done a lot of good work against the wings. They haven't let wings really cook them as much. The guards have been kind of doing their job, and the big men. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I probably slightly lean under if it was at 23, but if it's around 20, I'd take that over. So it's kind of in that little bit of a line where you can really tell. Obviously, we don't know the lines when they're coming. We're just projecting like player lines and seeing how that goes. But
if Keegan Murray plays, he's going to be guarding Coop.
Yeah,
but if he's not playing,
then
Precious defends, but still, I think Coop, he's gonna go off. I'm whatever his line is, I'm picking the over for him too.
That's true.
And then AD, oof.
Yeah, AD over rebounds maybe.
Yeah, I'm taking the AD over. Yeah, AD's gonna
cook on the glass.
It's going to be a cook fest, I think.
Yeah, and not in the good way for us.
I think the Kings will. I don't think we're getting blown out, but
we'll probably lose by like 9.
I think. Yeah, I don't.
9 points is reasonable.
I do not project the Kings to win, because Dallas has been playing a lot better since
Since December they've been playing way better.
Klay Thompson's been looking not obviously more like his previous self, but he's knocking down shots again, and he's embracing the role off the bench. So I think Klay is definitely someone that plays pretty well in the Golden One Center, except for that last game, but the 0 for 10.
Well, no, but then he redeemed himself.
Man, see, my memory's getting a little whack at night. This late at night. I think Klay likes playing in the Golden One Center. Who else is on? Who else do we need to worry about in Dallas?
I mean, they got D'Angelo Russell. I'm not really too worried about deloading.
No. Pass. Skip.
Yeah, Ryan Nembhard can be good.
Ryan Nembhard's just a good.
He's a good player. That's kind of their two guys.
It's just Coop and AD, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
I think they'll both hit their overs, so we just gotta try to contain everyone else.
Yeah,
they're gonna go off. We gotta contain everyone else. I'm really hoping Keegan's calf injury isn't anything too serious because I like having him out on the court. But this is gonna be a great test for Max and Dylan to go up against AD. And that's what I'm gonna be looking at the most because
Najee Marshall's here too.
AD is such a great defender, and I think if Max's offensive game is going to get to that level, he needs to be able to do well in these type of matchups because AD is obviously one of the best rim protectors in the league. Not against Wemby, but against a lot of other guys.
Or against Jokic.
So we'll see. Or Sabonis. So
let's never forget, Laker fans.
We'll see how Max challenges AD. And I'm curious to see what Max... what he ends up with. I don't know, but if Dennis and Russ could get Max in his spots, then I think Max should have an okay night. But guarding AD won't be easy.
No.
But playing Dallas won't be easy as well. It's gonna take a team effort. But if we win, we celebrate. If not,
we also celebrate.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for watching. It is about 2 a.m, so we're going to go to bed. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Enjoy the time with your family. Sunday, after the Mavericks game, the next game is against the Lakers. Come to Mojo's. We'll see you there.
See you there.